This
mentioning, right?
conference will now be recorded.
Yeah.
Sorry?
So you're mentioning some that ordering the numbers and rules, right? So we can
Yeah.
able to order the priority, right? So my question is like how it works actually in the real time as we can, because the traffic has to, what and all things we are reaching out to the target group has to mention this request has to go here and there, right? So so for example, host base HTTP whatever request, it has to be first they will request has to go to the target group. Based on the target group that has to go, will get the output. So how here ordering will help here actually? So for example, it might be orders might be wherever it will be like maybe the 10th order or 9th order, whenever the request we are here are meeting, that will be reaching out to the target group, right? Based on the target group, what the data that has to be go, then we'll get the output, right? So why the order the numbers and our rules and will be comes into place.
Okay. So here you have an /star, and here you have an /Google star. Here you have an /Yahoo star. So if you have these three multiple rules, right, the ordering is going to be helpful for you. The ordering is going to be helpful for you. This is completely the development need actually. They have a grouping of the respective prefix path, right? There are multiple prefix path. Actually. So in that multiple prefix paths, you need to route the request to the specific one, right? You need to route the request to the specific one here, right? The ordering is needed here. They will ask you to enable the ordering here, right? The prefix path will play a vital role here in the real-time environment.
Got it.
Okay.
So
that is one thing. What is the second question?
the second question, that while enabling that header based routing, right, we are using curl-cookie user underscore ram or something, right? So here the user underscore ram, so where exactly, so whenever we are browsing the request, so usually what happened with the Google Chrome has been set we are login as a Gmail or something. So you are referring to user equal ram as a email ID in that our real time of Google Chrome, or like what exactly this is actually?
Basically,
So
that is
because
called header-based calling. Actually, it's called header-based calling. In the API routing, in the API calling, developer will going to enable the specific header and specific key and value. He write the functionality like that. Actually, it's not about the Google Chrome.
Okay, what
it's
is
not
the
about
real
the UI browser actually. So it is a header base actually. It is a developer will write the specific functionality based upon the key and value.
Okay, so it will be
So
like a backend of the. It's a
yeah,
backend of
backend of the
the.
application. Backend of the application. He write the specific logic whenever the cookie is going to match this respective key and value. Right, then it should forward to the certain request actually in the API.
Okay, so these are all kind of the development
Developer
has to understand. Okay, so one
yes.
the normal users not able to see this, correct?
Yeah, this is only the developer functionality how he want to right enable it.
Fine, got it. Okay, thanks.
So any other questions, guys? Yeah, thanks Bunty. So listeners per load balancer is 50. The target group per load balance, targets per load balance is 1000. Target groups per the load balance is 100. Right. Subnet per availability zone of load balancer is 1. Security groups you can assign almost 5. And rules for the load balancer not counting the default loads is 100. Right. This is what so number of times of target can be reached to the load balancer is 100. So this is very important entry question actually. Right, Thomas. So thanks for that. Right. So this is one thing. So the next one, you guys are entering into the concept of SNS here. So firstly, we're going to be discussing about we'll create a topic here, right? We'll create a topic here. So the topic is generally here is nothing but the group name, right? For example, I have a DevOps group, right? Let's consider you have a WhatsApp group called DevOps. So what you guys are doing here right now, you have a AWS Jan 2022 group actually, right? 2022 group. You guys are doing AWS Jan 2022 group. So under this, you guys are having an around 30 people. You guys are added to this respective group, right? Around 30 people added to this respective group. Around 30 people added this respective group here. So similarly, what you guys are going to do is you guys are going to be created a DevOps as your respective, right? DevOps as your respective SNS topic name actually, right? You guys are going to create a SNS as your respective topic name, right? SNS as a SNS DevOps as a SNS target group, sorry, target topic name. So here with this DevOps as your respective target name, you guys are going to be add a subscriber, right? You guys are enabling the email subscription actually, right? You guys are enabling the email subscription actually and registering this respective subscription to the DevOps topic, right? Registering this respective subscriptions as DevOps topic here, right? Registering the subscription as DevOps topic. So this is what you guys are doing right now. You're creating a topic and to email subscription, you guys are adding the respective subscription here. So now my topic name is the DevOps here, right? So first in, first out. So whoever come first is going to be enabling the first and exactly once message got delivered. High throughput up to 300 seconds, 300 notifications per second. And subscription protocol is SQL, simple queue services. This will discuss in our coming class. What is SQS here? What is the purpose of SQS, right? And the standard best effect message ordering, at least it will deliver once, right? At least it will deliver once message deliver here. Highest throughput in publications and subscription protocols are SQS, Lambda, HTTPS, SMS, email notification, mobile application endpoints. Right, you can fetch this respective notifications via this respective endpoints. Here in your real-time environment, you guys are going with an email notifications. The display name is going to be a DevOps here. Create it up. So now here, create a subscription here, and the protocol is email. Right, create a subscription and protocol is email here. So now here, you guys are going to be enable a right the respective email address. Right, this is my email address. So what you guys are doing? You guys are creating a topic and you guys are attaching the respective email subscription. Right, you guys are attaching the email subscription here. Creating a topic and you guys are attaching to the email subscription here. To create a subscription here. This is one thing you guys are going to do. Right, create a subscription. This is one thing you guys are going to do here. So what you guys are going to do here, you created a topic. Under this topic, you have created the email subscription. Right, you created a topic. Under this topic, you guys are going to create the email subscription. Right. So now here, this topic you guys need to this email subscription guys need to enable here. So go for the respective the inbox. So I block is completely one. That's why I'm going to get into this spam. So here you need to confirm the subscription. Right here you guys need to confirm the subscription here. As soon as you have confirmed the subscription, SNS topic got confirmed successfully. Right? SNS topic got confirmed got successfully here. So now here, right, SNS topic got confirmed successfully here. So now here, you guys need to understand how these SNS notifications are going to be enabled via CloudWatch. Firstly, what you guys had did, you guys had created a topic which is nothing but DevOps, and you created a respective email subscription. You have confirmed the subscription, right? You guys have confirmed the respective subscription here. Confirm the subscription here. Right, confirm the subscription here. You guys have did the confirm the subscription here. Now here, you guys are going to enable the CloudWatch monitoring here. Listen carefully. You guys are enable the CloudWatch monitoring here. Go for the services, go for the CloudWatch. See, look at here. The CloudWatch will going to be helpful for the in the three ways. One is with creation of your respective metrics to monitor your respective metrics. And the second one is with the logs. You can also enable the logs here. This will going to be discussed, and also will going to be enabled for the events through Lambda functions here, right? Through Lambda function, and you can also going to be monitor your EKS actually, Elastic Kubernetes cluster, right? Elastic Kubernetes cluster here. These are the three things. The first thing is alarm here, right? The first thing is alarm here, and the second thing here is with the respective metrics. All metrics you guys are going to be calculated here. And the third thing is with the events, right? Rules and events here. So now, firstly, we're going to be enable the respective metrics. Firstly, you guys are going to be enable the respective metrics here. So now here, create alarm. Now here, create alarm here. So now here in the CloudWatch, you guys are having the in the CloudWatch, you guys are having the two monitorings here. Right, in the you guys are having the two monitoring here. One is with right detail monitoring. One is with detail monitoring, and the second one is the normal monitoring here. Remember carefully. Second one is with the normal monitoring here. Remember carefully here. Detail monitoring in the sense for every 1 minute you guys are going to get them. Right? For every 1 minute you guys are going to get the metrics for every 1 minute. Every 1 minute you guys are going to get the metrics. Here for the normal monitoring here, for every 5 minutes you guys are going to get the monitoring here. For every 5 minutes you guys are going to get the monitoring here. For every 5 minutes. For every 5 minutes you guys are going to get the monitoring here. So this is how, these are the two things, right? These are the two things that you guys need to understand here. Detail monitoring will going to happen for every 1 minute. You will get the metrics here. So this will going to be have an additional cost. Right, this will going to have an additional cost actually, right? Additional cost here, and this will going to be have the normal decent number in cost here. This will not going to be charge you the no additional cost here, right? No additional cost here, right? No additional cost, right? No additional cost. These are the two things. right? These are the two things. CloudWatch here, detailed monitoring. For every 1 minute, you will get a respective one. For every 5 minutes, you will going to get a respective thing. Right? Am I clear on this? Any questions, any doubts? Right? Am I clear?
Good.
Yeah. Right. So now here we're going to be create a respective matrix here. Select the matrix. So now here we're going to be create a right EC2 matrix. I'm going to create right per instance. Right per instance. So I would like to go with an Gmail instances for the CPU utilization. I'm going to go with the Gmail EC2 instances CPU utilization. I'm going to right. That is one main important thing. Gmail instances for the CPU instances I'm going to go. So now here select the matrix here. So now here I can able to measure the metrics for every 1 minute, but the costs are going to be very high, right? And whenever there is a greater than or equal to the threshold greater than 70, right? Greater than equal to about the respective threshold with greater than 70, you will get an this is called one data point. This is called one data point. What is called one data point here? You guys are measuring a EC2 instances, right? You guys are measuring an EC2 instances here. You guys are measuring an EC2 instances with the help of CloudWatch, right? With the help of CloudWatch. You guys are measuring the EC2 instances with the help of CloudWatch. You guys are measuring the EC2 instances with the help of CloudWatch. Now, if the EC2 instances, the threshold is greater than 75%, right? If the EC2 instances, the threshold is greater than 75%, is greater than 75%, you will get an SNS notification. You will get an SNS notification here. You guys will going to get an SMS notification here to your respective topic name called DevOps. To your respective topic name called DevOps here. Right? To your respective topic name called DevOps here. Whenever the EC2 instances is greater than 70%, you will get a respective SMS notifications, right? To your respective DevOps topic. And here the people are going to be subscribed. And here the people are going to be subscribed here. And here the people are going to be subscribed here. This is how it's going to be happen. And here the people are going to be subscribed here. So now here you guys need to understand about that. So now here you guys need to understand about the respective classes here. So now here greater than the 70%. Here you call a data points here. See, data points are nothing but whenever the EC2 instances is greater than 70% for a duration of 1 minute is called one data point. What is here the data point? For an EC2 instances, whenever the CPU utilization, right? The CPU utilization is greater than 75%, CPU utilization greater than 75%, right? The CPU utilization greater than 75% for a period of 1 minute. For a period of 1 minute, you call that one as one data point. You call that one as one data point, right? You call that one as one data point here. For EC2 instances, whenever the CPU utilization is greater than 75% for a period of 1 minute, we call this one as a one data point. Am I clear on this? If suppose if I mention these 5 data points, what is the meaning of it? If you guys are understood correctly, if suppose if I mention 5 data points, what is the meaning of it?
Period of 5 minutes.
Yes, right. That's how it's going to be happen here. So that is how you guys are going to be calculated here. You got my point. What do you mean by data point here? Right.
Yeah.
So very
Yeah.
important actually. These people going to ask what is the one data point actually? What do you mean by data point here? What does it do? So now here we're going to create this alarm here, and you are sending the SNS notification, right? You are sending the respective SNS notification here to the respective DevOps group, right? SNS notification to the respective DevOps group here, to the respective DevOps group here. So now here, at the notification you guys are did, you can also going to perform some actions actually. You can also going to perform some actions, EC2 actions. For example, when it is greater than 75% in alarm, you can stop the instances, you can terminate the instances, you can reboot the instances. Right? If it is in alarm, right? If it is in alarm, you can mention this actually, right? You can mention this actually. Either you can stop the instances, either you can terminate the instances, either you can reboot the instances. Right? This is called events, right? This is called CloudWatch events actually. So not required here. I'm removing no actions is needed. I will do it manually. And alarm name is I'm going to consider as an high CPU, right? CPU utilization, right? CPU utilization per and EC2 instance, right? CPU utilization per and EC2 instances. Click on next and create alarm, right? So now here you guys need to start the respective the instance called name called Gmail here. You need to start it. Because to get the alarm in the respective synchronize between your respective CloudWatch and as well as this respective right EC2 instances, you need to enable this respective EC2 instances here. You guys need to enable the respective EC2 instances here. So we'll see how it's going to be happen. So now here the instance goes start. You can go with the respective CloudWatch. It will get insufficient data, but soon it will going to be get your respective right state is going to be an actions going to be an enable here, right? So now here we log into the EC2 instances. We guys are going to be right analyze about the whether your respective right whether your respective monitoring has working as expected or not, right? Whether your respective monitoring has working or not, we're going to be analyze this respective stuff. So we'll see how it's going to happen. So now here we need to understand about the logging into the EC2 instances first. What is the key device from Singapore? I'm so let's log into the public IP address. You guys need to install the stress command actually. key code refused. So let me try with other key actually. Okay, this is working fine. So now here, we guys are going to be enable the respective stress command to check whether to check whether you are able to to check whether you guys are able to right you guys are able to verify the created metrics or not. Now guys, what is the command to check the load on the server? What is the command to check the load on the server, guys?
Uptime.
Hmm.
Uptime.
Is the command uptime? Huh?
Uptime.
And what is the command to check for the uptime of the server?
No, we can see uptime also. We can see the load, or we can see use stop command.
Stop command actually, right? Thanks, Udaya. Good. So now here, this is your load actually. Currently, there is no load on the server, right? Currently, there is no load on the server here. So what is the command to check how many cores are there in your Linux machine?
LS CPU.
Yeah, ls CPU. Or else
Cat proc 6 CPU info.
great, right? Cat proc CPU info or nproc actually, right? One core of CPU is there. What is the command to check memory?
Free FNM.
Sorry,
Free FNM.
FNM. What is the command to check for the disk space?
DFFNH.
df-h,
H.
right? H stands for
Sorry.
H stands for
Human readable.
human readable language. Great, thanks. Okay, you guys are in good phase. So now here you guys need to install the stress commands actually, right? You guys, what you guys need to do? You guys are need to install the stress command here. So this is going to be helpful for the to generate a role installation for stress command here. Right, stress command here. So now here you guys going to be install the respective one here. So once after this, you guys are installing the what is the EPL stands for Enterprise Package Edition of Linux. You guys are installing the additional packages for your respective operating system, right? Enterprise Package Edition of Linux, EPEL stands for. So you guys are enabling the packages, right? You guys are enabling the packages here. Right, you guys are enabling the packages. And then you guys need to install the respective, right? You guys are need to install the respective stress command. What you guys are doing? You guys are installing the respective stress command here. M install stress -y. Right? M install stress -y here. So now here you guys are generating the stress actually to your respective load. That means to verify your respective metrics, right? That means to verify your respective metrics, you guys need to install the stress-c and respective time period. So now here, see this is because of the you guys are using the high memory actually. You need to use 720. So 1000 seconds. That means around 15 minutes you guys are performing some load. So now here, if you go with the respective monitoring graph, guys, am I clear as of now? Sweta, Shashi Kumar, Rohini, Rekha, Pramod. Am I clear? Nitin, Mangesh, Jiva, Gokul. Right? So many people are there. Okay, I'm getting the response only for the few of them. Right? Actively from the Pramod, Pavan, right? Jiva, of course, Udaya as well, right? What about rest? So now here, if you guys are go for the monitoring, actually, you guys are going to be get a console of your respective CPU utilization, put it as every 1 minute. Now let's focus on the whether the respective load as completely going to be right, whether the respective load you guys are going to be using or not.
So it's basically you're doing load test, right, on the server.
Yeah, I'm doing kind of load test and I'm analyzing right whether I'm getting the notifications or not. So we'll see. So again, we're going to be used, take the duplicate section. Again, we're going to be use the respective top command here. Now it has the load got increased to almost, right, it is running with 3 CPU. The load got increased to 2.6 here, 2.6.5 here. Right, this is how the intervals actually, this is for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes actually, on an average. And now here, if you analyze the graph here, the one which you guys are looking here, see, if you look at here, it was crossed up to 30. What is the load here? 38.9 actually. That it was crossed up to 39 here. So now it was the load got keeps on increasing actually. That means the one which you guys are doing is working fine. And here you are representing with the help of graph here, around 39% here. So as soon as it got reached to more than 75%, as soon as it got reached to more than 75%, you guys are going to be get a right. You guys are going to get this respective stuff here. So it will take some time to get the respective metrics. You need to wait for it till our it got reached to up to 90%. Yes, it will take the metrics for every 1 minute. That is the meaning of. Yes, you are right.
Shamukh, I have one question. So, so once the instance is created, the
Yeah.
CloudWatch it will take all the metrics for C kind of metrics for CPU, memory, everything has been automatically generated for the particular instance. Whether if you are not
Yes, yes.
okay,
By default, it
so
will have
whether
that. You collect the metrics
okay, fine.
actually by default.
Whether we are creating CloudWatch or not, but once you
Yeah,
create an
it will
instance, it
by
back.
default it will enable. But if you want to get
Okay,
the metrics for every 1 minute, manage the detail monitoring. Click on the respective instances, manage the detail monitoring, and you need to enable the detail monitoring here. Then it will take the metrics for every 1 minute. Right? This is what you guys need to do. Promote. So if you want the detail monitoring, you need to go for every 1 minute here. Right? So now here,
If not, will it go for 5 minutes?
no, by default, it will take for every 5 minutes. Google.
Okay.
But when you explicitly mention manage the detail monitoring is going to be enabled for 1 minute, it will collect the metrics for every 1 minute actually.
Okay.
but cost to be more.
Yeah, the cost will be that there should be an additional cost here. By default, it will not going to be enabled. Google.
Okay.
So now here, if you observe here, the metrics are getting collected here. It almost reached to the 39.4, whatever it is, 39, whatever it is, 39.4. You can get the respective metrics. And what is our threshold limit? What is our threshold limit here?
One. Sorry,
75%, right?
70%. Sorry.
75% for every 1 minute. So you need to wait till the threshold got checked, and you need to wait whether you need to verify whether your respective metrics has been collected or not properly. It has been reaching into the respective limits here. It's already is working actually. I have given the 1,000 seconds actually. It will work actually. It will go for it. But the metrics calculation will take time here. Right? Let's go over the 100 seconds, 1,000 seconds, it will go for it. Yeah, top will, I think it's automatically having into the stress will 33, it keeps on continuing over the stress here. Around the memory, it also placing very high.
We already reached 70%, more than 70%, but metrics
Yeah,
take long time. It's already because the CPU load is 3.
but it's not having the 1 minute, right? See, if you observe that I got the alert here, high CPU utilization here. Of course, I got the alert in the respective spam folder because I blocked this completely Amazon.com, right? But you guys are going to get to Amazon.in. Sorry, the inbox only. You guys are going to get. See, if you look at this one, so as soon as God going to be having the respective ICP utilization, so you guys are going to be integrating with the respective instance. What is the instance ID? It got having the threshold limit will be high. So not only this one, here, you guys need to understand here, right? Not only this one, you guys need to understand generally in the real-time environment, the CPU is going to be monitored, the memory is going to be monitored, the disk space is going to be monitored, the service health checks are going to be monitored. So metrics generally in the real-time environment for an EC2 instance, what you guys are going to monitor. This is an entry question actually for an EC2 instances. The first thing you guys are going to be useful for the right to check the metrics, right? To check the metrics, right? To check the metrics for an EC2 instances, either CPU or the memory, either CPU or the memory, right? CPU or the memory here. And then you guys are going to be check the instance health checks, whether the instance is start or stop or what is the status. Instance health check. You guys are going to check. And the service health check here, service status here. Whether the service is running or healthy or not, service health check you guys are going to be service health check. And if it is a metrics for your generally load balancer here, in load balancers, metric for the load balancer, what exactly you guys are going to need it here? Any guesses for the load balance? Path, okay. That means you need to check health checks up. Any guesses? HTTP response code. Right? HTTP response code here. Whether it's 200 or 300 or what is that? And target health check here. Right? Target health check here. Right? Target health check. And number of unhealthy pods. Number of unhealthy pods. Right? Number of unhealthy pods. This is going to be there. Right? This is going to be there. And metrics for the respective database. Right? Generally, they're going to check the CPU utilization here for the respective and disk utilization. CPU, memory, and disk. Right? CPU, memory, and disk here. And they're also going to be checked audit logs actually. Right? They're going to check the audit, general logs, and the solo query logs.
What DB status?
Yeah, DB status by default it is a pass service actually.
Okay.
Slow query logs here. So DB status in the sense whether the DB is start or stop actually. Right? This is going to be check actually. Health check of your respective DB. So this is going to perform here to calculate the metrics. So now here, as a DevOps engineer, not only you guys are going to be configuring this SNS topic and the metrics, and not only you guys are going to be like analyzing the EC2 instances performance and running the load on to check whether you are getting the topics. Not only this your responsibility, you need to create a dashboard. Right? You guys need to create a dashboard here. So now here in that dashboard, for example, that dashboard is going to be cleanly monitored by the respective SREs or the monitoring engineers or the respective NOC engineer. Right? SREs or the monitoring engineer or the respective NOC engineer you guys are going to be used here. Right? Am I clear on this?
Yeah, got it.
So now here you guys need to create a CloudWatch dashboards as a DevOps engineer. So here the CloudWatch dashboards are pretty important. Like go for a dashboard, create a dashboard here, and dashboard is prod-env. So that means you guys are monitoring the production environment. Right? Prod-env. That means you guys are monitoring the production environment. So create a dashboard. So now here, so what is your preference here? Whether you want a bar, whether you want an explorer, or whether you want a line. I go with the stacked area actually. General, I go with the stacked area actually. And this is my Singapore here. right? This is my Singapore region where I can monitor the respective load balancers here. So I would like to monitor this respective load balancers here per ELB, per availability zone, per target. So I will go with the target group here, unhealthy host count. For this specific target group, I would like to check only the unhealthy threshold host count. That means if let's say suppose there are 10 instances are there. Let's say suppose there are 10 instances are there. So you need to have an right. There are 10 instances are there. You need to have an the respective right. There are 10 instances are there. You need to have an at least the respective 5 instances are in the unhealthy status. You will get a notification actually. So now here number of requests to this specific target group. So number of requests to the specific target group called Gmail target group. How many number of requests are there? Right, it is hitting. And then I would like to go with the specific target group of the Gmail. How many are I'm getting the 4-axis errors? How many are I'm getting the 4-axis errors? And then I'm also going to get the is there is any kind of latency for your respective target group. Any kind of latency for your respective target group. Any latency for your respective target group here. Any latency for your respective target group. Create a widget. So how many? What I did here? Unhealthy host count, request count. How many requests are there? And is there is any 4-axis errors? Save the dashboard. Right? Is there is any 4-axis? So now here I'm going to name this one as an right. I'm going to name this one as a Gmail target group. Right? I'm going to name this one as a Gmail target. Apply it. Let's save the respective dashboard. So this is for my right. This is for my respective target group for the load balancer. Am I clear on this? This is what I'm going to create a dashboard. I will get for every 1 hour. I'm going to get the respective metrics here for every 1 hour. Am I clear what I'm trying to do here? So this is how the dashboard you guys need to create in the real-time environment, right? So now here, similarly, you guys need to create a dashboard for your respective EC2 instances as well, respect to EC2 instances as well, per instance metrics or across all instances. So this is for across for all instances. I would like to go with the CPU utilization. I would like to go with the respective right disk write IOPS. Right, EC2 instances here. Right, EC2 instances here. Your dashboard here. One is I'm getting the CPU utilization, and second one I'm getting the respective disk write IOPS. So the CPU utilization is 95 point around 99% here. Right, the CPU utilization here 99% here. So that if there is any kind of abnormalities, I'm going to be noticed. Right, I will get this respective some of the instances getting in the 99% here. Right, some of the instances getting the 99% here.
Is this the cumulative of all instances?
Yeah, this is cumulative for the all instances. Good question actually. Because I selected, see, if you observe that I selected across all instances actually. If I go for the EC2, I selected across all instances. This is cumulative for the all instances. If you want a specific instances, per instances metrics, you need to go with this one. If you want only the specific instances, let's say suppose you have some dependencies over the respective one production app-based instances, you need to go for this. Getting?
Yes.
So how many days the metrics got stored in the cloud was very good question actually. 2 weeks actually. 2 weeks. Right, like that you can create a dashboard. You can hand over to your respective SRE teams, or you can hand over to your respective monitoring teams to collect your respective metrics, and you guys are going to enable it. This is what you guys are going to do. This is how you guys are going to be enabled here. So now here you guys are creating the right. You guys are creating the respective one, right? You guys are creating the respective dashboard. You have created the SMS notifications, and you have created the respective right. You have created the respective SMS notifications, and you can also going to you can create the dashboards, the one which you want. So around 40 to 50 dashboards you can create, right? But in the real-time environment, right? In the real-time environment, what you guys are going to do here in the real-time environment? So whether you guys are going to be creating the right, whether you guys are going to be creating the using this CloudWatch, or whether you guys are going to use the API metrics of the CloudWatch. So what you guys are going to do in the real-time environment in the sense, right? You guys are going to use the third-party tools actually, right? Mostly you guys are going to be use Datadog. Datadog actually. Now Datadog is the most familiar one actually. Grafana, Prometheus, and InfluxDB. These are the open source. Grafana, Prometheus, and the respect to these things. It's an open source actually. And InfluxDB, this is an open source actually. It's an open source here.
Splunk.
And there is one more tool called App Dynamics actually. There is one more tool called App Dynamics. Right? There is one more tool called App Dynamics. New Relic have some challenges when you guys are into an respective. It's not that mature tool enough. New Relic is not that mature actually. Splunk is only for the log aggregation. Only for the log aggregation, Splunk. ELK Splunk is for log aggregation. Only for with respect to your logs, you can use Splunk here. Dynamotrace is an completely the new level actually. It is a licensed version. The cost is very high. Dynatrace, right? It's very high cost actually at this moment. But as of now, I did an R&D 2 weeks back on the Dynatrace. I felt it is a centralized dashboard where you can get all the metrics under one centralized dashboard. For example, all the metrics in the sense I can use monitor for the infrastructure, AWS infrastructure, I can monitor the microservices, I can monitor the APM of the microservices, I can use for the security, I can use for the respective Splunk related log configurations, log aggregations. All these things under the one roof is nothing but Dynatrace actually. I felt personally Dynatrace is a centralized tooling mechanism if you offered for it. If your company is okay for the license of Dynatrace, I think it's good to go. But the cost is very high at this moment, but probably. And one more thing, guys, even though you guys are approaching for the third party vendor tools like Dynatrace, Datadog, Grafana, Elk, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, right? Or Splunk or Sumo Logic for your respective log aggregation, you guys need to pay the API metrics of the CloudWatch. Because at the end of the story, you guys are receiving the metrics from the CloudWatch actually to your third-party tools. Remember. So when you opt for these respective tools, you need to pay the license for the tool along with the CloudWatch API metrics. You got my point, what I'm trying to make here. So because I am using the Dynatrace, or I am using the Elk, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, or I am using the Grafana, or I am using the Datadog, I need to pay the bill for CloudWatch API metrics along with this respect to additional third-party monitoring tools. Both things you guys need to pay for it, right? So that depending upon your budget criteria for your respective monitoring. But monitoring plays a vital role here. So people nowadays, they're going with the Datadog. Why? Because it is a very effective tool in the market at this moment of the monitoring. Because I did a comparison between the Datadog, Grafana, Prometheus, and App Dynamics. right? And this respective LK as well, ELK logs as Kibana, right? Other areas like I did for Nagios and Javix as well. So I felt personally Datadog is even more familiar, and it's an equal to the needed standards. But if you are offered for a Dynatrace is also good one actually. But irrespective of these things, you need to pay for the API metrics, right? For the CloudWatch. CloudWatch is the base because you guys are receiving the metrics from the API of the CloudWatch. So that's how it's going to be happening.
So when we
Clear?
offer
Clear?
third-party tools, so does it provide any interface to link
Yes,
from
yes.
cloud
They,
to the
yeah,
same data?
yeah. So the thing is, you need to share the admin credentials, right? You need to share the admin credentials to your respective third-party integration tools. That I will discuss through IAM actually. IAM. So
So
how
if you're
that
not
is
using,
how that authentication, how that authorization is going to be happen, right? That I will discuss in the, if you want to integrate with any kind of third-party tool, that I am going to discuss in the respective. Yeah, Datadog documentations are pretty good, Gokul, actually. So you can go with the Datadog documentation. Official documentation only is very good. Actually. If you purchase the enterprise version, they're going to provide the videos actually.
Okay.
They will provide the videos, how to configure their Datadogs and how to enable the metrics. All these things they will going to provide that videos itself. Yeah, the official docs will help you.
Okay. Thanks.
Right. So that is one main important thing. So now here, this is what you guys are going to do here, right? In the CloudWatch. Any questions on the CloudWatch or any questions on the SNS notification? How to get your respective notifications through SNS? Any questions on the CloudWatch? How to enable the metrics? How to enable the detailed metrics? Right? How to create the respective metrics for each and every EC2 instance? See, the next practical is completely depends upon your respective CloudWatch, which is called auto scaling mechanism, right? Which is called auto scaling mechanism here. So scaling mechanisms of AWS actually, it depends on completely CloudWatch. So that's the reason I have discussed about the SNS as well as CloudWatch. Any questions guys would like to ask me here?
if you're not using third party like Splunk or Datadog, so still we need to pay for the CloudWatch API.
API you need to pay.
Okay.
That is
So
default actually.
okay,
CloudWatch is default. You cannot overcome the bill of default of the CloudWatch. Including that, you are paying actually.
got it. So enterprise versions also the log should be 2 weeks or it should be extendable.
That
That
means if you are Datadog, huh? Datadog.
no,
See, if you integrate CloudWatch, yeah, you cannot get that kind of visibility. That's why you need to go with the third party only. 2 weeks you cannot
okay.
extend. This is by default, it's
Okay.
2 weeks only. You cannot extend it. That's why you guys are going with the third party Datadog, because people are looking for 3 years at least, right? 3 years they
Correct.
require the contract. 3 years they require. So that's why you guys are opting for Grafana. If you won't go for an open source, or else you guys are opting for other areas of enterprise editions like Datadog, Splunk, New Relic, right? All these areas. So now here what you guys are going to do. So now we'll stop it here. Any questions on the respective stuff, guys?
So where that logs are saving under the instance itself, like if you take Nagios, there should be some Nagios server or something like related to CloudWatch where the data is saving.
That is on backend to S3 bucket these people are using actually.
Okay.
S3 bucket that I have not discussed it, that I will discuss in the coming classes in the storage mechanism for AWS.
Okay.
Basically, these metrics are going to manage. So this is a CloudWatch is a PaaS service. You don't need to worry about where is my metrics for going to be saved actually, right? So you have not discussed about the log groups actually and log events, how to configure the log groups and log events. That is the next step we're going to be discussed once you have completed the scaling mechanism for AWS. And then you guys are going to be discussing about the events. This is completely PaaS services. You don't need to worry about the respective other areas like storage mechanisms of the specific cloud watch. All these things you don't need to worry about. Right. Yes, you can give the multiple monitoring actually. What you guys need to do is you need to subscribe to this respective SNS topic here. So go for the subscription, create a subscription. So you can give the respective topic here. You can need to use the email and you need to provide your email address here. What is your email address, Pramod? So you need to provide your email address. You will get a confirmation mail actually. As soon as you got the confirmation mail, if you confirm it, you will also going to receive the notifications. That's how it works. Right? You can give the multiple actually. Generally, you have a DL, right? For DevOps, you guys are having a DL actually. So they will provide the DL actually to get the notification to across the DevOps people and SRE and as the respective application team. Generally, a DL is going to help you. Right? So any other questions guys left, guys? So now here, tomorrow we're going to be discuss about the scaling mechanisms of AWS here. Right? So here we'll discuss about the vertical scaling and we'll discuss about the horizontal auto scaling as per our syllabus here. And we'll also going to discuss about the step level scaling. These three things we're going to be discussed about here, step level scaling. And there is one more scaling mechanism called predictive auto scaling. So this in the practical, you cannot showcase the predictive auto scaling here because it required an ML as well as AI integration actually. The first three things we're going to be discussed in our respective practical. So with regards to right step level scaling, vertical scaling, horizontal auto scaling, we're going to be discussed here. Right. So that log monitoring and cluster monitoring that I'm going to discuss via EKS section. In the EKS, how to monitor. So that is a huge section actually. Till we have some more time to discuss. Right. Right. Any other questions, guys? So we'll have a review of remaining assignment by tomorrow, and then we'll have an assignment number 2 with regards to this whatever your topics got discussed here. Right. I think I got only 10 assignments out of 42 people actually. Right. I request you guys submit all the assignments so that it will going to be helpful for your real-time things actually. You can easily.
Shamukh, for yesterday's one, yes, we already that the rules you are partition. Yeah. So one more thing before that, when I was googling, I can see the rules was 100, not including the default one, correct? So totally 105.
True, not including the default one.
Got it.
But generally in the real-time environment, so they will not go for the more than 10 actually, because all the requests are going to be redirection requests are going to be routing to the API gateway. Internal requests are going to be routing to the API gateway. That I will discuss in the coming probably on the API section, actually API gateway section, how the internal mechanism is going to be happen in the AWS.
Okay. So coming to the other questions as partition, which I understood, so for making partition, it make to easier to recover the corrupted file systems and performance wise, security wise, backup and restore, and stability and efficiencies, and also for testing multiple, we can able to install multiple operating systems in the single partitions, and these are the partitions. These are the kind of advantages for making a partition. Coming to the primary partitions, yes, the primary partition always should be a boot disk. So wherever that MBR should be part of that, so we call it as a primary disk.
Yes.
So extend the logical partition which you are referring, the extendable partitions, the group of external partitions is subdivided into several partitions called as logical partitions.
True.
So these are the things which I understood. So if anything missed,
Yeah,
just
that's it actually. So the thing is, the point is right. You call primary partition in the sense you have an complete bootable files actually. If you guys have corrupted the primary partitions, only the operating system level binaries are going to be corrupted. You can restore it easily. Whereas if you're not managing the partitions, right, entire system you need to format it. That's how you guys need to do. So that is the one main thing that you guys need to understand here. Yeah, that is right. That is right.
thank you.
Thanks, guys. We'll discuss more briefly in our respective EVS storage mechanisms of AWS section. Right, how the partitions is going to be happening. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time. We'll connect back to you.
Shanmugh, one more question. Sorry for that. So yesterday we are checking that what is the system IP, right? So it was randomly showing some one of the IP addresses, right? So that IP address is belonging to the service provider IP address, which is redirecting to the respective.
Yeah, this is through the ISP service provider IP address.
Okay.
Internet service provider. ISP provider. So for every connection, fiber net connection, they're going to allocate one IP address. That is nothing but your IP address. That is how it works.
Okay. So that will be dynamic, right?
That T will be dynamic. So when you log the connections, probably it's going to be in dynamic. That depending upon the ISP provider. Yeah. So if you want the static IP address, you need to use the concept called VPN that I will discuss on the coming section. Coming AWS coming networking section, I will discuss.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Thanks.
So that's all, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.